Hi everybody. We are doing another video to try to push some like emotional stability out into the world, or the appearance of it. So I just wanted to let you know I slept in my own bed last night, which is really great. I didn't sleep awesome, but it's a lot of shit going on. It's just been good to be home and just be here and shave and all that shit. Zelda and her parents, thank you so much for this shirt. I really, really appreciate it. A little sneak peek of that last night. I'm still wearing it because it was a shit. So, excuse me. I wanted to talk to you guys about the fake doctor that I went to get a prescription for weed. So it's really weird, like, it's not gonna work. But, you know, like you get cancer, and it's like, well, that's a qualifying condition. And so I think I talked a little bit about this, about how I went to my oncologist and my radiologist, and they're just kind of like, well, you need to be like dying of cancer. And I'm like, okay, well, let's try to avoid that. So what do we do? It hurts, and I don't want to go into surgery with a huge like opioid tolerance or whatever. So what do we do? And they're like, well, we can prescribe you opioids. I'm like, okay, right. I have surgery coming up, and I don't want to have a high tolerance for opioids either for that surgery or during the recovery of that surgery. So what can we do? And they're like, we can prescribe you opioids. Oh, what a great idea. So I'm like, fuck it. I call up the dispensary, and I'm like, what should I do if I have cancer and they like won't prescribe me weed? And they're like, kind of a roundabout way, like, go see a fake doctor. Like, oh my god, fake doctor, what a great idea. So it's just this unreal paradigm of like, my real doctor won't go to marijuana because it's like an alternative treatment until I've exhausted the traditional methods of pain relief, which is opioids. So again, you know, that paradigm where people need to start, like, they need to take Percocet or whatever for a while and then have all the risks that come with that. And then if that doesn't work, you can get marijuana. It's just so stupid. So I make an appointment at this doctor out in Robbinsdale, and the whole situation was just ridiculous. They're like, hey, look, we don't take insurance. It's $200 for the appointment, which, like, you know, it's not that bad. It's $200 to get on the state registry site. Okay, fine, whatever. But so I go in there. I had like a 9 o'clock appointment on Saturday, and I pull up, and first of all, it's Robbinsdale, which, no offense, people who live in Robbinsdale, but you should move. That place is a fucking shithole. And it's like not zoned right, so when you're like driving through, you're like getting closer on Google Maps or whatever, and you're like in a fucking neighborhood. Like, is this guy doing like a practice out of his garage or whatever? But sure enough, pull up this like shitty apartment building. Again, sorry, no offense. And his clinic is like in there. And so I pull up, there's like parking marked for his little pain clinic or whatever. And I notice like I'm on camera as soon as I get out of my car in the parking lot, which I thought like, oh, okay, whatever. But like what I slowly realized is that this guy's thing is doing marijuana certifications, but then also pain management. So I think he's like prescribing opioids to people who've like hurt their back or whatever, and you burn through your first 4 fucking doctors, and then you go to this guy. And like the reviews, excuse me, on Google were really like, some of them were like, oh, Dr. Dotson. Sorry, that shouldn't have said his name, but yeah, it's Dr. Dotson. You're a fake doctor if you ever see this, whatever. They're like, he should, you know, he's great. He got me on the medical marijuana thing, and it's been awesome. And these other people are just really mad. And it's like really, you know when you read like those like salty 1 and 2 star reviews? You can't really put together what's there. But I'll just say that the more of them I read, it felt like kind of addict talk, I guess. Like, people were like, Dr. Johnson let me down, or he's a disappointing fraud, or whatever. And I'm like, okay. But so I think that that's the deal. He's like writing scripts for, I'm just like snitching this dude out on YouTube. I love it, but go fuck yourself. I don't care. He is writing scripts for pain meds, I would imagine, and then doing the marijuana thing. So anyway, so I go into the office, and it's just the weirdest fucking vibe. There's this really weird lady behind the desk, and she's training someone else in, which is always uncomfortable, whether it's like a server or, you know, whatever it is. But she's like talking to the lady next to her, and then acting like I can't hear what she just said. Where, so like for example, she's like, she says to the person, the trainee, okay, so now we're gonna take payment from him. So what we're gonna do is ask him how he'd like to pay. And I'm a pretty quick, sharp dude. So at that point, I had like my credit card already in my hand, and I'm like, you know. But then she turns to me and is like, "How would you like to pay?" And I'm like, "Well, I heard that. I'm tracking with you guys. Like this card that I'm handing you right now, you fucking moron. That's how I'd like to pay. Like whatever." So she's like, "Then you run the card, like." Barely can use a credit card machine, but it's also like trying to explain to the lady next to her how that goes or whatever. It's just weird vibe. So then she's like, "You can sit in our waiting room, the doctor will be out in a minute." So here comes the doctor, and he's like one of these guys with like, he looked like he had like a lot of Botox. Like I should talk shit about people's faces right now, but like, that's just such a weird thing for me, especially when men have Botox. And I was like, who hurt you? You know, like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? This is fucked up. Like, I know my face isn't great and my speech is, like, not great, but, like, this wasn't voluntary. You know, it's like, I think that at some point, like, whether you have eyelashes that are 45 millimeters long or, you know, tits that look like you're going to fall over forward, like, at some point we need to just respect like what our bodies were meant to look like, and you can kind of like fudge that a little bit, but like, damn, you know. So he looks just fucking crazy. So I'm like, okay, and he's, you know, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Dotson." Again, shouldn't have said his name. Don't give a shit. And he walks me down the hallway into his, you know, his doctor's office, which is just a fucking office. It's like a chair and his computer and whatever. It's like, okay, so we're here to get you certified for the medical marijuana program, blah, 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 blah. And I'd already sent this guy, like, my biopsy report and stuff, because I was like, I have plenty of doctor's appointments. Like, I don't have time to fuck around. Like, if this is going to work out, great, but if it's not, then fucking whatever. So, right off the bat, they're like, "We're either going to get you certified or we're going to give you a full rebate of your, you know." I'm like, okay, great. So, and I've already like corresponded with them when I sent the biopsy and stuff, just be like, "So is this all going to be cool? Like, I don't want to go in there and have him give me the same shit that my other doctor was giving me, where like, have you lost weight? Have you tried other pain relievers? All that shit." So he, so we go sit down. He immediately, he's like trying to make it like a doctor's appointment, and it was like playing doctor. It was so embarrassing. He has a blood pressure machine that does not have a display on it. It's just basically like a fucking plastic sleeve that goes over your arm, and it's not like connected to anything. Maybe it had like an iPhone app or something. And so he puts that on me, but first he like has got this huge fucking bottle of antibacterial gel, that alcohol shit. Puts it on his hand, puts it on the blood pressure measure thing, which I've never seen. Like, you can clean this equipment on your own fucking time or whatever. And he's like, "Now, James, would you like some hand sanitizer?" And I'm just like, No, I would like to leave. I'd like to get this prescription and get the fuck out of here. So whatever. So he's like, okay, and he starts asking me these questions like, about my parents, when did your dad die? It's like, well, are your parents alive? No, my dad passed away kind of unexpectedly. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Like, well, you should be prepared. You asked. A lot of people's parents die. I'm 40 years old, for fuck's sake. Whatever. He asked me about like family history, whatever. But it was all just sort of a facade because he's like, because you have cancer, that's a qualifying condition, so we're good to go. But before we were good to go, and this is the creepy, bad touch part. This probably sounds worse than it is. It's like, I want you to lean forward in your chair. I'm like, okay, so I'm like leaning forward like this. And he like puts his hands on my back, which was just so uncomfortable, and he like runs his fingers on my back. It's like, now are you getting any like sort of a tingling sensation? Is there like any nerve interruption? I'm like, what I feel right now is really fucking weird that you're doing this. Excuse me. So it's just like, okay, let's wrap this up. And then he actually also wanted to wrap it up. I found out. So we get over to the computer, he checks some boxes, tries to sell me a couple of the other qualifying conditions, which I thought was really weird. He's like, so you have cancer, what about blah, 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 what about PTSD? And I'm like, this is currently the trauma that's going to give me PTSD, so yeah, go ahead and check that off too. Sorry, my mouth is a fucking wreck. And then it's like, okay, boom, boom, check, check. And then he gets me out to the office, back out to the two weirdo ladies, because they're going to like assist me to get set up on the state registry website, which was really nice because it was all done. But the thing that I realized was when he's walking me out there, like I said, I had a 9 o'clock appointment, and he's walking me out there, it's like 9:13, and he's going out there to greet us 9:15. This guy's doing 4 $200 appointments an hour. So he's making $800 an hour, and he's just doing basically nothing. But so I don't know if anyone's on like the board of medical review or anything, but you might want to just check that shit out. And then when I leave, they're like, hey, leave us a review on Google. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just trying to leave all of my reviews positive, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Of course, oh yeah, sure, but whatever. But then I got my little registration, and then Monday morning, like as soon as the state office opened up, I got an email. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, all right, we've approved your blah, blah, blah. And so I got to go to the dispensary, which was weird. I met with a nurse there, and that was like all like, those people at Leafline Labs are like legitimate like medical professionals. I mean, that wasn't, it was funny, even I told them, I was like, God, you guys, my oncologist wouldn't write the script, and so I had to go to this other doctor, and he's like, it's like a fake doctor. And they're like, was it Dr. Johnson? I'm like, oh my God. So they know what the whole gig is just a fucking joke. And hopefully we'll just legalize recreationally before too long. I think we're pretty close to it. But with all this shit that's going on with these fucking vape pens and all this other bullshit, I didn't want to be getting, illegal drugs off the street, which low-key I have done before. And so I just wanted to get it done. But yeah, so that's the story about going to the fake doctor and getting my medical marijuana prescription. Yeah, so there's fake doctors in the world, and you may not have known that, but now you do.